Good morning, students. Today we're going to see about what is a superclass constructor and the differences between method overloading and overriding. What was the last class topic? Now, this is the two different differentiation that is given here clearly. I think so. You'll be able to understand and differentiate between these two topics. A number of methods that are defined within the same class. It is called as method overloading. And what is overriding? The number of methods with the same name in two different classes, okay, that is called as method overriding. In the method overloading, method poses different types of parameters, means within the bracket they will have a different types of parameters, whereas here it will have a same kind of parameters. It is the example of compile time polymorphism and it is the example of runtime polymorphism. The method overloading that returns types can be same or different, but here in the method overriding the return types must be same. Now next is your superclass constructor. The superclass constructor is the constructor is a method that is defined with the same name. As we know that how to define a constructor. Constructor is a member method with the same name. If the same name is given as a member method, that is called as constructor, and it can be initialized with the help of data members. Okay, it can be initialized the data members. A constructor may be defined as a superclass as well as the subclass. It can also be defined in the superclass as well as the subclass. But suppose if you are using a constructor of a superclass and it cannot be explicitly invoked while creating the object of a subclass. What does it mean? The object that we are creating in the subclass will call the constructor of subclass itself. Okay, it cannot call the object of a superclass. The subclass will call the object of itself. That is, in order to solve this kind of situation where we cannot freely move the constructor from superclass to the subclass, to solve this problem they are using a keyword as super. So only it is called as superclass constructor. So the constructor defined in the superclass, it is invoked with the help of the keyword called as super keyword. Now this is a syntax that is given here. Now first you have to write the super and the actual parameter. So if you see the highlighted thing that I have underlined it here, you can just read it here what it is written. As soon as the controller comes to the word as super, okay, whenever it finds the word as super in the constructor of a subclass, it will move execute superclass constructor. Okay, so if we see the example here nicely, the example is given in the textbook. We can see find it, see what is given here. Now if you see the example here, we have got three types of classes. First superclass, we have got employee, and we have got the base class that is pay, and we have got another base class that is salary. Now in the box they have given clearly what we are doing and how the cursor is moving. The first thing that we are creating is a constructor. If you see the class name and the constructor name, this is called as what? Member method. Okay, now within this member method we have a parameter, and if you see the class name and the name of the constructor, it is same. So this is called as constructor. So what kind of constructor it is? Constructor of a superclass employee. Next is here we are creating another constructor, that is constructor of a class P, and then another constructor we are having here, the constructor of a class employee. Here it should be actually not employee, but here it should be actually salary, because we are creating the constructor for the salary. Okay, so please make a correction here, that here it should be salary. Then if you see here, the parameter that we have it here is a string n. That's mean we are supposed to write the name of a employee. Now employee name, what we are giving here, how we are invoking. If you see the word written here as super, okay, now if you see the word super, now you can see the name of the parameters are different. Here it is written as an m, but here it is written as n. But what we are invoking, with the help of the superclass, we are trying to get the value, whatever value we are giving it here, the name of the employee value, that value will be passed on here. Okay, the similarly here also you can see here we are using it as what? Super, ndba. Now ndba, here we have got variable, we are using the parameter here in this kind of constructor we have used it, but the value we are going to get it from pay. If you see here, there are three values that has to be given, that is string name, department and the basic pay. So this value will be passed to the salary. Okay, so this is how the exactly the passing of the constructors, super constructors are done. So whenever you are using the word super, now it will pass it on. Okay, it will pass it on. So here we are having the inheritance also, and as well as we are using the superclass constructor. Okay, so you can see it is very clearly given. This is a detail about the employee that we are trying to find it out in the program, and where how we are, what is done here. Here it is creating a constructor. Okay, and there are how many constructor? If you see, there are three constructor that is created for each of the classes. But what is the super class? That is employee. What are the base classes? That is pay and salary. And how they are pass it on, how they are passing the value. If you see here, it is extending employee. Okay, and here it is extending pay. That's mean if we have to get the value of this, we can get the value from one base class to the another base class with the help of the word super. Okay, so you have to remember this. So this is about the super constructor.